Greetings once again, everybody. This is Tim Poliniak from OEMAccuraparts.com. Well, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on the Civic project. Give you a little couple tips of things that I've been doing. As you can see, she's apart. And the first thing that I do when I take something like this apart is I'm always cautious as far as all the bolts and everything that I remove. And what I do, I go to the store and I get a box of these storage bags, and I label each one with what they are. And this way I can just throw them all in a box. I don't have to worry about tipping anything over. And I know exactly what order I took everything out. Along with the car, I was lucky enough to get a Honda shop manual. This is the factory 1980 Honda Civic shop manual. And it's excellent. It's actually written exactly the same as all the Honda and Acura manuals are today. I also got this Haynes manual. And the Haynes manual isn't bad. It's a good alternative if you don't have the Honda manual or you can't get it. But I prefer the Honda manual, of course. And the nice thing is, I've got the head off, and it shows in here the cylinder head bolt removal sequence. And so that's, of course, so that you don't warp the head. As you can see, I've got the carburetor, the warming plate, and everything suspended up this way for easy installation once I get the head back on the vehicle. But I ran into a real interesting problem. And this is where I'm going to need some input from you. Let me zoom in down on the engine. Okay, as you can see, everything looks, well, you might not be able to see it, but everything looks pretty good. The cylinder bores look perfect. I got the head off, and this is what happened. Now the engine ran fine, but the cylinder block, and this is cast iron, broke off right at the water jacket. Now, it didn't damage the cylinder bore, but this is where it was leaking coolant, right in here. So I have to figure out if I need a new engine for this car. Getting a new engine for a 1.5 40-year-old Honda Civic is not going to be easy. I'd like to try and save this engine. So I have to investigate whether I can use JB Weld or if I can get the block welded in cast iron, because everything is flush. Now if I use JB Weld or something on it, it is a flat mating surface right here. I would have to do this fast. I'd have to put a bonding agent inside here, and then I'd have to bolt and torque the head down so that it would give the proper pressure, and this section wouldn't be raised, compromising the new head gasket. So, as far as the disassembly, it was very easy. I just removed the exhaust and intake manifold setup, which is actually sitting right there. All I had to do, really, was unbolt the downpipe. There was a bracket. I loosened the timing belt adjuster, and that came right off. So, you know, of course, the head bolts. Now, Honda required a special tool, a T-wrench, to access these bolts, but it turns out it was nothing more than a 10mm 12-point socket. So I was able to get that off, along with all the wiring. This was relatively easy. It didn't say that I needed to remove this from the head assembly, but pulling this and suspending it up was a lot easier than trying to pull off all the vacuum lines and everything and figure out where everything went. This is my dilemma. So I'd like some input. What the heck do I do here? I don't want to, swapping the engine wouldn't be a bad job, but I don't know where I could find something that would bolt directly in. And frankly, I'm good at repairing things, but I'm not good at fabrication. So, as far as fabricating mounts, changing the engine over, unless it was direct bolt in, probably not something I'm going to want to do. So your input is valuable. And as always, make sure to check us out on OEMAccuraParts.com and like this page for further updates while we try and figure out what the heck we're going to do. Until then, let's get some ideas going.